All right, good morning and welcome to another wonderful edition of Track. You know how it is every Monday morning here. Track is a weekly event, a program where we talk about engaging issues, engaging conversations, fun issues that concerns both ADUN, Admiralty University of Nigeria, and outside Admiralty University of Nigeria. Track stands for Telling Reality and Creating Knowledge. And once more, you are welcome to another fantastic edition of Track. My name is Victoria Edozie, and today we're having a very, very wonderful topic, interesting topic, one in which everyone wants to know, because that is the major part of what constitutes a university. And we're talking about admissions. Today's topic, we'll be talking about admissions, ADUN admissions policy, and JAMB code of enquiries. And we want to know everything about admissions. And in case you have been wondering, at this university, you've been seeing it, you've been wondering when at this university, is this university going to start their admission processes? This is the best time. So if you're watching me now, I would like you to go share from Facebook, share the link to everyone, and let them come online as we discuss. On today's edition, we are very, very privileged to have no other person suitable for this topic than the ADUN University Admission Officer. I'm talking about Miss Itoro Udo Asan. She is here this morning and she's going to be providing every detail, every information you need as a parent, as an applicant, or as someone who is anticipating joining a prestigious institution like ADUN. So once more, you're welcome, Miss Itoro.
Thank you very much for having me on this program. Thank you, Ms. Nice.
You're welcome. All right, so there you have it. So if you're ready to dive into our topics, the topic we have this morning, let us dive right in. All right, so Miss Itoro, you are the admission officer of Admiralty University of Nigeria. I want to ask, just before we go into the nitty-gritty of the topic, how has admission process of 2025 and 2025-2026 session here? Yes. All right. So how has the process been going? How has the turnout been going, both from applicants, from parents? How has it been going generally?
Okay. Thank you very much. For the 2025-2026 academic section, the turnout for admission has been wonderful. We've been receiving phone calls, messages, text messages, WhatsApp messages, even physical visits from both parents, prospective applicants, and guardians. So far, people have been coming around to make inquiries on how they can gain admission into Admiralty University of Nigeria. So it's been wonderful, and we keep welcoming them as we anticipate.
Wonderful. So ADUN is one school that has been on the searchlights, on the spotlight. People have been calling, sending in their inquiries via text messages, phone calls, and we've been getting that. So there you have it. Admiralty University of Nigeria is one short school to bring your words to. All right. So can we get questions? Some of the questions that have been coming from applicants, parents, and guardians who want to send in their words to the school. Let's get some of the questions they've been asking, or some of the inquiries they've been making.
Okay. Thank you very much. We've been receiving quite a number of inquiries, ranging from the courses that are offered here in ADUN. We have quite an interesting topic courses that is offered in ADUN, ranging from, we have from Faculty of Arts, Management and Social Sciences. We have programs like the English and Literary Studies, BA History and International Studies. We have accounting, there's business administration, economics, hospitality and tourism studies. Then we have international relations. We have also Faculty of Science, where we have applied physics and renewable energy. We have chemistry, that's computer science, that's conservation and environmental biology. We have cybersecurity, we have forensic science, industrial mathematics, and software engineering. Now we'll go over to Faculty of Law. We have the program there, LLB Law. And also we have newly introduced faculties which came on board in the 2024-2025 academic section, which is the Faculty of Engineering and Maritime Studies. So under the Faculty of Engineering and Technology, we have BNG, Mechanical Engineering, there's Electrical and Electronic Engineering, we have Petroleum and Gas Engineering, then we have Naval Architecture. Then for Maritime Studies, we have Nautical Science, and then we have Logistics and Supply Chains. So this is one of the questions people have been asking for courses that are being offered in ADUN. So those are basically the courses that we offer in ADUN, where we tell our prospective parents and students, their parents and their guardians, so they can make an informed decision based on their JAMB subject combinations and their WAEC subject combinations. We'll also be having questions like people who are called to ask, oh, I had applied to study in ADUN and I am yet to get information to know if I have been admitted. I will have questions like that. In this case, we'll tell the parents and the students they should just stay calm. They will know via their JAMB CAPS, where you have JAMB, the CAPS portal for students. When a student is admitted into an institution, the admission starts by the admissions officer's desk, where the candidate is being proposed for admission after his or her documents have been scrutinized and the person meets the criteria to go into a particular course of his. The admission will be proposed, and once it's recommended to JAMB, JAMB will approve it. When it is approved, the candidate will see it on his JAMB portal, where the person will see and have a column where he can accept the admission. There are two things. You either accept your admission or you reject it. So this is one of the questions. So you don't need to worry. All you need to do is just to keep contact with your portal, your JAMB portal. Once the admission commences shortly, you will see the process. At some stage, you will see admission processing. That means it has commenced. The next you will see is admission approved, ready to be accepted. So you just hit the accept button and accept your admission, then you'll be able to print out your JAMB admission letter. Basically, everything is done on the JAMB CAPS. We also have questions like, people ask, do I need to physically come to the institution before I get admitted? No, you don't need to worry. As long as you have made ADUN your first choice of institution on the JAMB portal, that solves that problem of moving here and there. But then there are some that will say, I still want to come. You are very free to come. You are very free to come, especially if you stay close by where the campus is. You are welcome on campus. Well, we also have questions where people ask, oh, sorry, I don't know where the institution is located. And this is to say that you can locate Admiralty University of Nigeria along the Iguzo-Ogwashukwu Expressway in Delta State. In Delta State, you have, and then we have some other questions people can ask. How can I complete my online application form? Do I need to go online on the school platform to fill an application form to the institution, or do I need to come on campus to pick a form? We'll say, as long as you have made ADUN your first choice of institution on the JAMB platform, you don't need to worry about application. All you need to do is to monitor the process of your admission to when you will accept your admission and print out your JAMB admission letter. We've also have questions on the fees for the courses that are being offered. For the science courses, while fees for a fresher is 495,000 naira per section. That's If you desire to stay on campus, you will pay 495,000. For art courses, it's 485,000 naira. We'll tell to our prospective students and parents. Thank you.
Wow, that's like a handful of information, and I'm so grateful for our admission officer clarifying us on these issues. So we really say thank you, ma'am, for this update. And when she was talking and when she began talking, she made mention of a list of courses that are being studied currently in Admiralty University of Nigeria as 2025. Many courses, interesting and wonderful courses. And I'm sure for prospective students listening to us right now, they'll be wondering, they'll be going like, wow, especially in engineering, law, arts, these are interesting topics that students would like to register. But we want to ask, we'll be coming to the criteria later, but we want to ask now, coming to the basics. What is the official JAMB cutoff mark for gaining admission into Admiralty University of Nigeria for this year, so that people who desire can begin to check themselves and see if they fit into the process? So this is what we need to do.
Thank you very much. When we talk about official JAMB cutoff mark for gaining admission into Admiralty University, first of all, let's look at this. In each academic section, before admission commences promptly, JAMB usually call for a meeting called policy meeting. At this meeting, that is where all institutions, universities, polytechnics, colleges gather to take this firm decision on the cutoff mark, JAMB official cutoff mark. Tell me, JAMB national cut-off mark for admission. But at this meeting, JAMB has also given institutions liberty to have their own cut-off mark. So before an institution attends this policy meeting, you have submitted your desired cut-off mark to JAMB before you proceed for the meeting. So for this section, Admiralty University of Nigeria has set its cut-off mark at 160. For gain admission into the institution. Thank you.
All right, that's beautiful. So you heard it. So if you fall within the gaps of 160 and above, you are free to apply to Admiralty University of Nigeria, right? So you're welcome. You've heard that the official JAMB cutoff mark for Admiralty University of Nigeria is 160. All right. So, ma'am. So beyond the JAMB score and the criteria and the policy which we just talked about, we want to know, does ADUN have any other criteria before you can be admitted into this school? Because people want to know, apart from JAMB, is there any other criteria? Is there anything I have to do? All of those things. So can you please verify viewers on that? Thank you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. Beyond the JAMB scores, ADUN considers other criteria before admission is being offered to a candidate. These criteria we need to adhere to the policies, to the guidelines of that year's admission exercise as spelled out by JAMB. For instance, JAMB says admissible age for this year's admission is 16 years and above. So those are also criteria that we will be looking at. We're not going to admit a candidate who is below 16 years. And interestingly, at the policy meeting, JAMB has spelled it that a candidate should be 16 years and above, or will attain 16 years at the end of September 2025. So if between now and September 2025, the last day 35, and a candidate hasn't attained 16 years of age, the candidate is not admissible for that academic section. We also look at your combinations. For instance, I want to go in for cyber security, and on my JAMB combination, I wrote, we have cases like that. Some people come for inquiries. Oh, I didn't write mathematics on JAMB. I didn't write this. I didn't write this and what I wrote, and I want to study this. Basically, JAMB says if you want to study cybersecurity, you must have written the following subjects: mathematics, English language, physics, chemistry, or any of biology or geography or agriculture. So basically, me, I would say the 4 basics: mathematics, English language, physics, chemistry. So if you have that and you have your O-level results intact as a science student, because some cases you see students come with arts courses and they want to go into the science line. So it's here that we will advise them, this is where you fit in. This is because you can go in for. So those are also the criteria Admiralty University of Nigeria will be looking out for. Your subject combinations for the course you want to study, your age, and that's when you are applied to study here. And an interesting thing is that for this year, JAMB have set various months where universities, polytechnics, colleges need to wrap up the admission for the section. So, and they have said by September, you should be 16 years before you are admitted. So those are some of the other criteria aside the JAMB scores that we will be looking out for. Your age, your JAMB subject combinations, your WAEC subject combinations, and for this academic section.
Okay, thank you, Ma. So when you were speaking, a question popped into my mind. I don't know whether you have mentioned it in the course of your talking, but I wanted to ask, you said students or prospective student must have gotten, he's not eligible to gain admission according to JAMB's policy that falls within below the age of 16. Or he has gotten to the age of 16 as at September, before September ended. So why September? That's what I wanted to ask. Why the JAMB?
Okay, I think I've chipped that in. And basically, I think it's because JAMB has spelled out the months universities should conclude their admission for this section. Like for instance, all federal universities have been advised to conclude their admission by October. Polytechnics and colleges in November and December. So I think that's why JAMB says that a child must have attained the age of 16 at the end of September to be able to be admitted either into a university, a polytechnic, or colleges.
Thank you so much for that response. So I asked so that people will not be wondering, but I'll be getting to the age of 16 by October. Why? So just to clarify that, I had to ask that question. So let's look into ADUN's mode of admission. So for people who want to apply to ADUN, what is the step-by-step process that they need to follow as people who have, of course, made ADUN their first choice of application? So what do they need to do first and second, thirdly, so that there will be no mistake and everything will be cleared for them?
Okay. Step-by-step process to apply. The first thing to do is that one must have registered, sat for this year's in UTME examination and has scored the required cut-off mark for the section. That is one of the process. Second, you have to make Admiralty University of Nigeria your first choice of university on the JAMB platform. When you have done that, you don't need to worry too much, like I said. Usually when JAMB policy meetings are held, shortly after that, the JAMB portal is open for admission. At this stage, all applicants to various institutions the applications will be released to their CAPS portal, institution CAPS. That is where you will see all that have applied to your institution where you can screen. So the basic thing to do is make sure you have your 2025 JAMB result. Make Admiralty University your first choice of university on the JAMB portal. You can visit our campus for submission of some of your documents like your JAMB result, your O-level result, that's your WAEC or your NECO, your GCE, to submit that. Then we'll need your birth certificate, your certificates of origin, and some other documents which you spell out. So when you have done this, you drop it with us, or you may not even need to come around. Once you have made us your first choice on the JAMB platform, once admission commences, you will see on your CAPS platform that you have been admitted.
All right, so there you have it, the step-by-step process of how to secure your admission with Admiralty University of Nigeria. Of course, while keeping your fingers crossed, praying and hoping that you will be admitted into this prestigious institution called Admiralty University of Nigeria. All right, we have been having an interesting conversation talking about everything about admission, ADUN admissions and JAMB cutoff policy. And we've been with Ms. Itoro, the University Admission Officer. She's been telling us lots and lots of goodies, lots and lots of information about applying for JAMB admissions. If you have questions, to ask, any questions about admission or JAMB cutoff inquiries, anything within this area, do not hesitate. Please do well to send your questions to our Facebook if you're following us on Facebook, or this number 0705 858 2540. Okay, 0705 588 2540. Thank you so much, and let's continue in this conversation. Okay, Ms. Itoro, I've been having a wonderful time with you, and I must say I am learning too, so that I will be a good ambassador of Admiralty University of Nigeria. Oh, yes. All right, so going forward, ma'am. Okay, so let's say someone did not meet up the JAMB cutoff mark. Do these people still have the opportunity? Is there any window or opportunity or any kind of, what would I say now? Any kind of opportunity that can be window? Is there a window open for them? Is there any hope for them that really, really want to come into ADUN, but they could not meet up with the JAMB cutoff mark? Is there any opportunity? Somebody may be wanting to ask. All right.
Thank you very much. That sounds good. Now, the university have said I need to score 160 and above before I can be admitted into the institution. Although, like I earlier mentioned, JAMB has set this year's national cutoff mark at 150, and I had also said they are given universities liberty to make their own cutoff mark. The policy now is that you cannot go below what you have submitted. You can't go below what you have fixed. So it is 160, it is 160.
All right, so there you have it. It is 160 as well. So do well, if you're a prospective student, do well to sit for your JAMB, read your books very well. I'm sure you can get way above 160. 200, 250 is very, very, very possible. All right, so this question is for those who will be registering and also intending to have ADUN as their choice university. So after registering JAMB, is it possible maybe a student did not secure this university as his first choice, just as you said that a student must secure this school, this institution as their first choice. So is there opportunity for them to change their course or make correction or adjustment so that they can be accepted into this institution? That is after they have, written their JAMB and everything. So
yes, there's usually windows for change of course, change of institution. That usually takes place few weeks after the JAMB examination and release of the JAMB results. Yes, when results are released, I will look at it, okay, now I didn't meet the 160 cutoff mark for Admiralty University. and JAMB have pegged at 150. There are other institutions I want to believe who will be adopting 150 as their cutoff mark. Yes, there is room for change of institution. You could also, there are some students, candidates too, who had applied to other institutions. But maybe you get there, their cutoff mark is higher than what you expected or what you scored. Like maybe some institutions may be at 200, 250, 180, 170 and above. So you have a chance to effect change of institution, move from one institution to another, or you make change of course from one course to another. All these have to happen on the JAMB platform. You will go back to JAMB CAPS and purchase a change of institution form where you either change institution or you change course to an institution where your mark fall into.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, and I think that is clear. So moving on, so let's talk about documents, ma'am. What are the documents that applicants would meet when their admission process begins? I believe this question will answer to the questions of what are the documents am I to bring? I'm confused on the documents to bring, so I'm sure this would answer to it. Thank you, ma'am.
Documentation. Documentation for admission, most importantly, is your JAMB result, the slip. You have to print out your JAMB slip, original copy. You bring it alongside your WAEC result, either your O-level and your WAEC, and if you are using WAEC, or if you are using NECO, if you are combining both, you have to come with both of them. If it's GCE, you are using any O-level results you have, you come with it. You come with your JAMB result, come with your JAMB admission letter. JAMB admission letter, you come with your certificate of birth, certificate of origin, and passport photograph. Those are basically documentations that is required to gain admission.
All right, so I believe you were jotting down as she was, listing them out, all of the documents that are required for you to meet, or when you begin your process, your admission process. All of those documents, ensure that you get them ready and set before you begin. I would advise before, okay, so that you do not meet any hindrance on your way. Okay, so there we have it. All right, so moving on, I believe that we're sending in our questions. Please do well. Any kind of questions, our admission officer is at liberty to answer any questions today. All right, so ma'am, some people will also be concerned about if there is a quota system, whether Admiralty University uses a quota system, maybe for different states, and then preferential treatment, whether you're from this state or from that state, and all of those things, the fear of coming, will I be admitted because I'm not from this state? Would you like to clear that out, ma'am?
Thank you very much. Basically, admission is strictly on merit. You merit your admission, you have it. There's nothing like I am from Delta State, I should be admitted even when I don't meet the criteria, or I am an indigene where the school is situated, or I am this or that. Once you make your application, your documents are complete, you get your admission strictly on merit.
All right. Thank you so much. So that is clear. Admission in Admiralty University of Nigeria is on merit, and from what our admission officer has stated today, just meet up with those criteria and go and relax. You'll be sure that you would, of course, don't just relax, make sure you're praying. All right, and make sure you're doing everything you have to do to ensure that you are, everything legal to ensure that you are part of those that will be admitted into Admiralty University of Nigeria. All right, so let's talk about the direct entry students. some persons, have previously been to other universities and they have stayed 1 year, or they have been to a course, studied a particular course, and want to come to do their direct entry or put Admiralty University of Nigeria as their choice university for direct entry. So what do we have to say about that? What is the procedure and how are things done, and their ECMA inquiry, just everything about direct entry students generally?
Thank you very much. It's an achievement that one has maybe gone ahead to acquire an A-level result. Some of us are done with our first degree, some are even done with second degree, some of us have master's, PhD, but then I still desire to study a particular course. Like I earlier said, everything is done on the JAMB platform. An applicant desiring to study in Admiralty University of Nigeria under the direct entry window must have purchased the direct entry form for that academic section on JAMB. You purchase the form just as the UTME candidates purchase their UTME form, register, upload their O-level results to the portal before they sit for the exams. There are some who do not have the O-level, they use awaiting result. It is expected that as soon as your O-level results are released, you quickly visit the JAMB portal and upload it to the JAMB portal so that you can be admitted once the admission commences. Because if your O-level results are not on the JAMB platform, it will indicate that you are not admittable. So you need to get that clear. Those who didn't upload their O-level results will do that. So the same thing applies to people applying for direct entry. When you purchase the direct entry form, you will have to upload, here now is 2. You will upload your O-level results and your A-level results. Your A-level results, maybe your first degree, or you have OND, or you have JUPEP results or IJMB results. JUPEP, Joint University, IJMB is Interim Joint Admission and Matriculation. Then JUPEP is Joint University Preliminary Examination. So if one has such A-level results, you can apply for direct entry. But please purchase direct entry form from the JAMB and register. You will need to be screened for your A-level confirmation from your previous institution, and your A-level and O-level too will be screened, and you will be cleared on the JAMB platform before an institution can admit you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful explanation, very succinct explanation about direct entry, and I hope that you got it right. Now, if you did not get it right, you can actually go back to the video, replay this video again to get everything that the admission officer stated about direct entry. Okay? So we have questions coming in, ma'am, but then I want to ask this question. Does ADUN have any screening exercise apart from submitting their application? Do they have to come and write any physical screening, maybe like a post-UTME or something? Does Admiralty University of Nigeria do that?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. We've also been receiving questions like that. Some persons will call, when is your post-UTME form out on sale? Can I come buy, or can I do this? Before now, Admiralty University do not conduct post-UTME examination. With students are being screened based on their JAMB results, their WAEC results, subject combinations, and they are being proposed on the JAMB platform for admission. But for the 2025 academic section, modalities are being put into place. With the university will write post-UTME results. The public will be informed shortly.
Thank you so much for that information. So, as of now, no physical screening, but if there is any information as regards any screening exercise, you will be duly informed shortly. Alright, so going forward, as I said, we have quite a number of questions here. Very many, actually. So we'll take you to the speed of light. Okay, so let's get right into the question session. Although we still have other questions, we'll come in shortly into it, but interchangeably as well. So the first question here is, how can I buy ADUN post-UTME admission form? So that's the first question.
Okay, I think that's what we just treated now. Yes, the post-UTME form, like I said before, ADUN is going to write, we're going to make it public, the public will be duly informed, and the form, the price, and everything will be made known to the public. Just a little more.
Yes, thank you so much. Alright, so just exercise patience regards that. So as of now, as we speak, someone is asking, has the portal been opened for the 2025-2026 academic year?
The answer is no. For now, the JAMB portal has not been opened for admission to commence. But shortly.
Okay, so shortly it will be open, but for now it hasn't. Alright, so someone said, good morning. Can someone with WAEC awaiting results apply to ADUN? Okay, so he says, good morning. Can someone with WAEC awaiting results apply?
Yes, and I think I have thrown light on this before. People actually apply for admission with awaiting results. But please, watch out, as soon as your WAEC result is out, rush to JAMB office or any CBT center approved by JAMB close to where you are. Upload your O-level result to the JAMB portal so you can be admitted.
Oh, thank you. All right, thank you. So there you have it. You can apply, but as soon as it is open, do well to submit it. All right. So about post-UTME, it has been, so many people are really interested about post-UTME. That question has been trashed. Thank you. So here is another question. Thank you, Ma, for the wonderful insights. But my question for those who want to come in through that, okay, this is about direct entry, and she has trashed that out. So what you have to do is go back to the video and replay the video for clarity on about direct entry, because we have lots of questions to attend to and we are running out of time. All right, another question here says, Ma, please, how about the admission process for the postgraduate students? All right, so this question is does not concern ADUN admission for those intending to come into the university. So you do well to keep your eyes posted on the information about this. You can also visit our website for further information. Thank you. So going forward, we have questions here. Good morning, Ma. How? So this is about awaiting results. This question has also been trashed. All right, so before we have other questions coming in, let's quickly go back to our line of questions for today, just as we prepare to wrap it up for this morning. So we have a question here that says, are there any deadline as of now for those submitting applications for this session? Are there any deadline to when to submit, applications for the 2025 session?
Thank you very much. When we talk about deadline for submission of application, like I earlier stated, the major thing to do is make Admiralty University of Nigeria your first choice of university on the JAMB portal. We will pick it up from there. You don't need to physically submit an application form to us. If you are close to where the university is, you can just come in with your credentials. We will go through it and take the one that we need. Basically, make us your first choice on the JAMB portal. Like I earlier said, that I should be 16 years and above or attain age 16 by September. So between now, September, October, admission can be conducted. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ma. And there you have it. Such a wonderful, wonderful insight. If I am the one listening, I don't think I would have any question as to questions about ADUN again, because it has been clarified and I really, really understand. And we want to say thank you, Ma, for showing us and sharing this wonderful insight to us this morning and to our viewers also. They are elated for the questions coming in. We are so sure that from the questions coming in, we are so sure that it has been a very, very relatable and impactful session. All right, so this one question here, this is the last question before we take our closing remarks. So it says, how exactly does ADUN use JAMB scores when deciding who gets admitted?
Thank you very much for this question. How exactly does ADUN use JAMB scores? Like I earlier stated, for this 2025-26 academic session, ADUN says my cutoff mark is 160 and above. It doesn't mean that I have to score just 160. You can score higher than 160, but you shouldn't go below 160. So once you have that, and your O-level results or your A-level results is intact and in line with the course you intend to study, then you don't have much fear. We shall contact you for admission.
All right, so I think Embassy has been really raised today about the importance of sticking to the JAMB cutoff mark and applying as it relates to the JAMB cutoff mark and every other inquiry made. And with that, we come to the end of this session. But before we share the grace, we would love to take the last words from Miss Itoro this morning. So your last words, Ma, about for students, applicants, guardians, or anybody, as from the horse's mouth, from the admissions officer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, listeners, viewers. We are grateful that you have made a very good choice of coming to study in Admiralty University. Please keep your applications coming. We welcome them and we appreciate them a lot, because we would love to welcome you massively to our serene environment where you come and learn in a very quiet, calm environment, and you come out successfully. Keep your applications coming. You are welcome. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Miss Itoro, and it's been amazing with you. Now, this session is very, very important, and this is a recorded. There is a recorded session that will be premiering by 11:30 a.m. And if you are viewers and you are following us on our YouTube channel, you have to go back there and watch it at exactly 11:30 p.m. Do not forget. Share to your friends, share to your family members. Tell them that tell them to make ADUN as their first choice university, and we look forward to having them in this institution shortly. All right, so thank you so much once more, Ms. Itoro, for your time. We really appreciate you for coming. And with that, we come to the end of this wonderful weekly edition of Track. Do not forget to join us same time, same place here at our main studio next week. And before then, my name still remains Victoria Edozie. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.